Hey, it's Justine here from Thoughtworx. So, in this little video, I'm going to talk about the weight loss hypnotherapy program that I have at Thoughtworx Hypnotherapy. So, basically, the way I view weight loss or weight gain is like everything else in the clinic. So, there's reasons why the body's choosing to hold weight. There's underlying causes that causes our body to be either in stress, which causes weight gain. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you would have heard me talking about what hypnosis is. And I'll explain it again here. So for me, hypnosis is not something that I do to someone or something that happens to someone. Hypnosis is a state that we're going in and out of every day. And if there are behaviors that you are doing in your life that you don't want to be doing, but you can't stop doing them, that's what I call hypnosis. So, with hypnotherapy, what we do is we work on the reasons why those things are happening. And it's almost like taking you out of that trance, giving you control back. And of course, you can relate this to food and eating. A lot of people come to me and say, oh, at night time, I get this feeling come up and I find myself in the kitchen eating biscuits. I'm trying to diet, I'm trying to do everything right. But a lot of the time, I don't even remember going into the kitchen. And here I am, I've eaten the whole packet and I can't stop. So there's always reasons why the body is doing this. And there's always reasons why the mind is creating these situations. So with hypnotherapy, my job really is to find out why the things are going on, and with you kind of tidy that up or sort that out so that you can reach your goals. So we have a 4-week program. I call it the Emotional Release Weight Loss Program. This is a program that I created and I've taught to many, many, many therapists around New Zealand. It has a real focus, once again, on why the body is doing what it's doing, opposed to just focusing on, eating less or exercising more. So it's a program where we work on the underlying reasons why the body is doing what it's doing. And then, of course, we do use hypnotherapy techniques like the virtual gastric band to reduce the amounts of food you eat. Things like craving sugar. We work on the reasons why that's happening, and we have really cool techniques and tools to sort that out. So people ask me what kind of results that we get. Most people see great results after even the first session. For me, it's not always about how many kilos someone loses straight away. It's about how they feel. It's about how the body responds to the sessions, and what's going on underneath. One of the big parts of my program is around nervous system regulation. So to me, most people that come into the clinic, do know everything about dieting. And a lot of people that I work with eat really well and they do move their body and they do exercise and they do everything right, but their body is just not budging. And when people come to see me and I actually say to them, I believe you 100%. Like, I know that you are doing all of these things. But this is just what the body does when there's a buildup of stuff in the background, a buildup of trauma. Our body holds on to weight. And so a part of, well, especially the first session, it's usually around an hour and a half long. And this is a really a session where we go through all the reasons why we unpack situations. And I use a type of hypnotherapy which I call trauma informed. And this is where we can go through and just release the energy of events in our past that are influencing our body and our nervous system. We do it in a way where we don't have to go through and dredge things up. It's a really safe and easy process, but it's incredibly powerful. If you look on my YouTube, there's videos on what we actually do in those sessions and what trauma-informed hypnotherapy is. After that first session, which I said is roughly about an hour and a half, the second session we do is the gastric band. And this kind of hypnosis or hypnotherapy does, have a little bit of mind magic where, it gets the body to, start to feel a full sensation again. Most people don't that come in the clinic. the hypnotherapy sessions that we do reconnect the mind and body. A lot of the time people don't even know when they're eating. A lot of it is what I call subconscious or unconscious eating. During the 4 weeks, we basically do whatever we need to do to get your body moving to where you want to be. During the 4-week process, I have a really cool heart sheet where if you are having sessions with me in the clinic in Rotorua, this machine checks out heart rate variability. So it basically tells me what your nervous system is doing during the day. When a nervous system is wired and overwhelmed, we tend to go to weight, pain, or mental illness. Most people that come in with me sit in one of those 3 categories. So someone in times of being really overwhelmed and stressed out, their body will put weight on, but their mind might stay quite calm and relaxed. People might come to me with pain, so fibromyalgia or back pain, and then people come to me with mental illness, addiction, OCD, things like that. So when I'm working with people with weight gain, I really see it as an overwhelm of the nervous system. And you'll be quite surprised to hear, if you don't know this already, that an overwhelmed nervous system, or a nervous system that's on fire, doesn't always present as a person that's crazy and anxious and running around pulling their hair out. A lot of the time, a woman cannot sustain that, what they call sympathetic nervous system response, that real, overwhelmed, kind of shaky, anxious personality. What generally happens is we drop down to what we call over parasympathetic. So parasympathetic, we said, is rest and digest. But when the nervous system can get completely overwhelmed, we can drop in and stay in over parasympathetic. And what that actually looks like is weight gain, low motivation. Someone might be sleeping quite a bit, not wanting to get out of bed. Sometimes a low heart rate, or people would say you've got a slow metabolism. You might get problems with the tummy moving. All of these things happen with nervous system overwhelm. The body really wants to keep you at home and to keep you stuck. And weight gain happens. It can happen without eating, lots of food, and it can happen quite fast. And so what I like to do in the clinic is chuck people on the heart math machine and just see what their nervous system is doing, and then teach ways to regulate the nervous system. We all have unique ways of being able to breathe that will get us in what we call a green zone, or when our nervous system is good. If you're watching this video, I'll tell you one tip about getting your nervous system in the green zone. If you think you are stuck in that over parasympathetic, is to get out and do a slow walk. And it's not a walk for fitness, it's walking. And as you're walking, looking at the flowers and looking at the dew on the grass. I think I wrote a blog post recently about it, because when you walk and move your body, you're getting out of the cave. And when you're walking and slowly looking at things and looking at the grass and looking at the sky and the clouds, you cannot do that when you're being chased by a tiger. You can't do that. And so it sends a message to your nervous system that you are safe and you're okay. So if you are listening to this and you believe that you might be stuck in that over parasympathetic, that is one of the best things you could do for yourself right now, is just to get out and walk. But anyway, I'm supposed to be talking about this weight loss program. Yeah, so the biggest one that I do with people here, once again, is a 4-week program. It involves the trauma-informed therapy in session 1, unpacking why the body is doing what it's doing a really good clear out. Session 2 is the gastric band, and then included in those 4 sessions are all the other things that we do to get the body working towards where you want to go. I also add an app, and on that app there are recordings that you listen to. So there's lots of different recordings for different things. There's even one that you can listen to when you're out walking. So that is the 4-week program. For people that are already on a diet, or maybe they're fasting, or maybe things are going okay, or even they don't have a weight problem but they can't stop eating sugar, then of course we can just do one session. And in that session, once again, we do the more trauma-informed stuff and work on the sensations that are causing the behaviors. So this session, once again, is really good for people that are already on a plan. You've already got things going how you want to go, but maybe you feel your nervous system is, stuck in that over parasympathetic, or you may feel like you just need a little bit of help with the direction that you're going in. Then we can do one session. And then the third one is the recordings. So the recordings are basically recordings that I do in the hypnotherapy sessions together. So some people do choose to do one session of all the trauma clearing stuff, and then the recordings. The recordings do have things to help with the nervous system. The only thing they don't have, of course, is that session at the start that really digs in deep that we have to do together. But those recordings are really good. I get great feedback from people, and they're an affordable choice. So while I'm recording this video right now, there is one called HypnoSlim, and that includes the virtual gastric band, and there's a sugar release one. So it still works on reducing food and all of those good things that we want to do with weight loss, but it really ties into reducing sugar. There are other recorded programs coming in the next month or so, and you'll see them as they come on. So people ask me what the program costs, and at the moment to do the 4-week program, if you pay in full, it's $800, and I do have an option to pay with Visa. And then for all other hypnotherapy sessions, I charge $290 for the first session, and that's the 1.5-hour session. It's really in-depth, we're going for it session, a really good clear out, and then $220 per session afterwards for people that can do that way. So if you have any other questions or want to chat, just fill out the form below, and what will happen is it will take you to a form to have a consult call. And this consult call is that we can chat together. You can ask me any questions, and if you are wanting to keep going, then that's when we actually make a time to catch up. So thanks for listening, and check out my YouTube. There's lots more videos always being loaded there.